Does your jungler let you down like this sometimes? And as a roamer, you usually have to back. Hang on a second, but I'm not really backing here. I'm killing their marksman 20 minutes into the game. Surely this is not rank, right? Before I answer your question, watch this clip. To answer your question, this is actually rank. Mythical Immortal rank, actually, the highest. And it's also solo rank. I can teach you to do the same, but who am I, right? I'm just a random YouTuber. Surely I can't really be good enough to teach you guys well. I'm just gonna fill you in a little bit about myself. I've actually competed in the pro scene. I played in NACT and my team, Team Flow, finished top 13. I was the leader, built the roster from scratch, and led us through some really tough matches. Back in Season 21, I was at my peak. Global 3 with Jawhead, Global 15 with Matilda, and also Global with Popol and Koopa. And I wasn't just climbing, I was dominating. Over an 85% win rate on those heroes. Here's the stats. Now, fast forward to today, Season 37. I've been streaming casually on YouTube about 2 to 3 hours a day, just chilling and grinding solo queue. No full-on grind, no team stack. And even then, I've already reached Mythical Immortal, the highest rank in the game. If I can do that casually on stream, imagine what you can achieve with the right mindset, strategy, and guidance. That's why I'm offering private coaching. I get a lot of messages from people asking how to climb, how to shot call, or how to play their heroes better. Honestly, I wish I could do it for free, but my time is limited and I'm balancing a lot of things. So I'm making it a paid service for players who are serious about improving. I'll go over your gameplay, fix your mistakes, and teach you the same methods I used to go global and compete in the pro scene. If you're interested, DM me on Discord. Here is my ID. Here are the testimonies for my private coaching. You can check them yourself at my own Discord server. Pause and take a look if you want. More details will be provided there. Alright, with that said, let's jump into today's video. In the early game, I usually like to stick around in mid with my first skill and jump on any of the mages that are overextended. Johnson has made a mistake here. He's going after my mage like he can do that alone. He has to be punished for this, and my main goal over here was to just get Johnson's passive, that little shield, so the next time we don't have to worry about his passive and we can actually potentially have an easier time finishing him off. Right after that, my goal is usually to go to gold lane, have a quick gank, right, have a nice team fight. My Amon looks like he's ready to go. Gujun actually ganked my bot lane, or gold lane in this scenario, and we weren't really able to find a good opening. As you can see, I am trying to jump, trying to find an opening. Didn't land my jump on Gujun. And by the way, guys, it's fine if you don't land your jumps, okay? You don't have to land all of them. It's alright. But just know that, okay, if I didn't land it, I can still back. Get out. Alright, I still don't sense a good opportunity. I'm not full on committing. Once I see that there is a good opportunity, I will actually go in. Over here, my Amon decides to go in. I know he can finish the Mia off with the ulti, so I don't really go back in to help him. I'm heading towards the turtle so I can set up early. I always like to hit whatever I can find with my passive for that additional heal. And usually for turtle, I always like to set up by hiding in this little bush. Now I am just fighting for objectives, fighting for space against their Johnson. I'm trying to take control of this particular area, right? Open up all the bushes, help set up the turtle. I know my Amon is still on the red buff, but he will make his way onto here. And when he is here, I want to make sure that everything is good to go. My Clint actually died in the bot lane. And you might be thinking, was it my fault? No. You're helping your team with turtle, your marksmen should be aware of this and they should play safe so they don't die. That's not on you. You're helping on turtle. This was a massive miscalculation from my part. I thought Yuzong was going to be able to kill Mincy, but I didn't expect that Mincy was going to outplay him. I do successfully manage to get the kill, but the reason I left it and didn't chase Mincy was because I genuinely thought Yuzong could secure that kill and get out. And of course, I want to give my teammates the kill. as much as possible. Now my HP is low. I'm going to recall. Remember guys, HP low, recall, you're a tank. You are supposed to take damage. If your HP is low, you are not able to take damage. Now you will notice that Odette is actually going to be solo killed by Kagura, and this is not our fault. Our Odette shouldn't be so overextended, and so it shouldn't be in a position to die, because we recalled. There is nothing we can do about that, right? We cannot really teleport to her, and if you notice that the Odette is trash-talking you, just ignore it. You know, they don't know what they're saying. Now, I did see Johnson heading up to the top lane, and he does pop up. And I don't want my Yuzong to get super behind because I still need him to help me frontline a lot of the damage. Right away, I'm going to do a quick little check on their red buff just so I know the timer around what time the red buff is going to spawn. Unfortunately, they do get a kill onto Clint because of my rotation onto top, and Johnson can just, ulti and get to another lane super fast. There isn't really much I could have done about that. It was just unfortunate. It is what it is. And we couldn't really even trade off the kill that they got onto Clint. Not the best, and our Yuzong actually got solo killed, which is not good at all. However, I did see that the Johnson is overextended in mid lane, and I know my Amon is around, I know my Odette is around. We can 100% go for him. Even if he pops his passive, pretty sure he is not going to survive this one. Make sure my Amon gets the kill. We tried to trade back the top lane by potentially killing the people who were there. However, Mincetar pushes top, gets it. We did kill Kagura. My Amon did get a double kill, but I really don't like the fact that we are losing our tower this early. Now, guys, you see the Johnson ulti? I saw it, right? I know that he is going to approach right here, and I'm going to cut him off so he cannot contest turtle. If this Johnson's plan was to take Gujin, pick him up, and crash onto turtle, right? But I saw him leaving base, and I cut it off entirely by being in his way, so they could not contest turtle. This was a little uncalled for. I actually got hooked, but instead of jumping back out, I jumped back in because I see my Odette can actually ulti in, and we can even potentially kill Mincy. But I did not expect my Odette to just stay there for that long and just get killed. That was a little bit unexpected, but it is what it is. I didn't expect her to just stay there that long, and I couldn't really take any more tower shots anyways because I was 1 HP. Regardless, guys, you can't really beat yourself up for that. That's not really your fault to begin with. And in solo rank, you're going to be facing a lot of this, so try to get used to it. Since my Odette is missing, I really don't want to give them the space in mid to push, and I also kind of want to give Amon vision on where the opponents potentially could be, and I also want to keep an eye on Johnson, right? Whenever he ults, so that I am ready for it. Unfortunately though, we did lose bot lane. We did get top lane, we did trade it out. However, we are behind in towers, and that's not really the best. We should be trying to either take bottom lane or mid lane, it really depends. I know my Clint is going to push bot lane on his own, so I come back to mid to provide some more vision. But a fight breaks out, my Mia actually gets to kill my Odette. I tried to jump on her to trade the kill, but I'm not able to, and from where I stand, I tried to do a ult. Try to do as much as I can before I die, try to stun people. It's a little bit short of hitting the wall. However, my Amon is able to clean it up. My Yuzong and my Clint are able to finish them off. So I died, my Odette died. However, 4 of theirs died, which is 100% worth it. I see a team fight breaking out in mid. I see that my Amon wants to start a fight here. Gujin jumps onto my Odette. I jump back onto him, but he escapes. And I end up blocking the Johnson ulti. It doesn't matter. Kagura got my Odette, but my Amon traded it with a Johnson, which isn't really worth it because mage for roamer is never really a good trade. Jump onto Mincy, try to get him because I know my Amon is very fed. I should be trying to take fights with Amon right now. There we go, Amon is able to secure a kill. I really wanted to ulti flicker onto the Kagura, but it seemed like my teammates were heading back, so I decided to back as well. Now, my goal over here is for my team to actually take Lord. I thought Gujin had walked into this bush, however he didn't, And it's fine. You can jump onto bushes you expect enemies to be in, right? If you hit them, good. If you don't, it's also okay. I activate my ball before Johnson crashes onto me and I block it, so I'm able to, tank it more because it increases Khufra's durability when he's using second skill. My Amon unfortunately gets killed off. My Kagura gets killed off as well, or not Kagura, sorry, Odette gets killed off, and they completely do a turnaround onto that Lord fight, which is very unfortunate. And as a roamer, I feel like you cannot really do much over here, especially if your jungler just got bursted down right away without you even knowing. It was very unfortunate. That shouldn't have happened. We are kind of throwing, but that's what I'm here for. I'm here to show you guys, even if you do make these mistakes, in solo rank, it's very forgiving. Trust me. If you were to make this mistake in 5-man, it would kind of be almost game over for you. However, this is solo, and this is why even if you make some mistakes, you can still take actions to make sure that you can make a comeback, because the opponents are not really well coordinated. Now, I saw them disappear in mid, so I'm obviously assuming that there are some people here in this bush, right? So I jump onto them, and then I ulti immediately. We get a nice kill onto Mincy, and I'm able to escape with 1 HP. My Amon gets a kill on the Kagura, and he also gets a kill on the Mia. And this was a very, very good play from us. Since we were able to do that, we were also able to defend the Lord. And these are the type of plays which you can make as a roamer to completely change the course of the game. I can see my Amon is nearby and my Clint is right behind me, which means he can deal a significant amount of damage. And I am really not scared of getting ulted by Mincitar or getting focused here, because I'm able to ulti, get 2 of them, and my teammates are able to finish off Mincitar and Kagura by trading me, which is worth it because I am the roamer. My life isn't really worth anything. If any of the opponents die who are not the opponent roamer, it will be worth it for me dying to get that kill, right? It will be 100% worth it. Remember that, guys. Your life as a roamer isn't really very valuable compared to everyone else in the game, except for the opponent roamer. Once again, I'm looking for a good jump. However, my jump gets blocked by the thick wall. Guys, be very careful how you jump, alright? Because the walls, if they're thick enough, they can actually block your entire blink or dash skill. My eyes are on the Mia. My eyes are on the Mia. I have my flicker. I flicker over to the Mia. Use my ulti. Finish her off. I die in the process, but you know what? Like I mentioned, my life for their marksman, 100% worth. And it's not just their Mia we got. We also got their Kagura and their Mincy. But I died and my Yuzong died. But regardless, 2 for 3, right? And one of them being their marksman, very valuable. What is up? These next team fights are going to be very crucial. Make sure you're actually fighting when your teammates are nearby. I'm able to land a jump onto Mia and I start bouncing on her. Clint is able to land the finishing blow and kill Mia just from that one jump. And that right away should have put us in an advantage during Lord. However, it didn't, because my Amon and my Clint died immediately after. Now you might be thinking, oh my god, the marksman is dead. What are we supposed to do? Guys, their marksman is dead too. They can't really do Lord, because the only person who can secure Lord is maybe Mincy, maybe Gujin, but they're scared to walk up right now. Right? They're scared of the Odette ult, they're scared of Amon assassinating someone. I saw the Johnson drive up, and immediately my goal is to block him. I try to jump towards him to block his ulti, but I'm not able to do so. Now I am trying to open up as many bushes as I possibly can to help my team. Even if we are able to get 1 kill off of someone, that would make the team fight a 4 versus 5. Now I see the Mia. I try to zone her out, and I try to jump on her and ulti her, and I'm able to zone her away from the Lord. She is very low HP, which means she either has to hit something to get her HP back, or she has to recall all the way. I tried to zone them away or try to stay on them, because thinking my Clint and my Yuzong is actually going to walk up and follow up, but they were busy clearing lanes, which is fine, by the way. Which is fine. But you also need to realize, and you also need to understand your limits as a hero. I knew that the Gujin and their marksman, or not their marksman, but Kagura, didn't have enough damage to burst me and finish me off completely, so I was just applying pressure and opening up more space for my team. Not really with the intention to kill or with the intention to engage, right? I would be ready to disengage at a moment's notice. Since the opponent team was doing Lord, I try and attempt my very best to try to stun Gujin, potentially, in any kind of way we can steal Lord. This is not looking good whatsoever for my team right now. Yuzong does not get the kill on Kagura. Actually, he does, but he dies in the process, leaving Clint the only one who actually survived. Fortunately enough, we did secure Lord, which is good. However, all of us except for Clint died, which means we cannot capitalize this Lord. Guys, I make a crucial mistake over here. Please leave down in the comments what I did wrong at this exact moment. Mincy is overextended. We have to punish him. He is very far away from his team. If my Clint just follows me up, we can secure this kill onto Mincetar. And then I continue to block Johnson's ult once again. Odette gets a decent ult onto Johnson. Gujin takes a little bit of it. I go back in with the jump. Once again, guys, I go back in even though I'm low. I understand that my teammates have killed off the Mia, the Gujin, the Mincy, they're dead. Right, and my team can go on for more. So if I can just jump on someone else and keep CCing them, my team can finish them off. Right, that's why I jumped back in and we secured 3. However, we did lose 2. We lost our 2 main damage dealers, Clint and Odette. However, it's not over, guys. There is still a lot of time left for Lord and they will 100% respawn before that. So what you can try to do in this meantime is try to maybe clear a lane, make sure the lanes are pushing so the lane pressure is always there. Guys, lane pressure is very important. They are applying a lot of pressure in top lane right now because they have an additional tower and they're actually trying to push. So there's a very high chance someone actually pushes it, split pushes it and gets the inhib. That's not good for us. Now, a fight breaks out. I jump onto the Kagura. I see that the Johnson and the Mincetar are trying to escape. I ulti them. Mia was hiding in the bush, so she also gets dragged. And I escape with 1 HP. Clint is able to secure the kill onto Mia. I jump back in to potentially try to also jump on Mincy and CC him so he's not really able to kill off anyone else. But it was a bit too late. But my Clint finished him off anyways. Over here, I'm thinking of jumping, but I noticed that my teammates are very far. There isn't really any reason for me to be taking a fight right now. You should not be taking fights, guys. You should not be taking any kind of fights unless you know that this is absolutely necessary, right? It's going to grant you an objective. If you can get an objective out of a fight, if you are fighting for an objective and it's an objective that you need to get kills for, then yeah, go for it. I would encourage it. But if you don't need kills, and you just have to manage your macro better, manage your tower pressure better, your lane pressure better, then we don't have to worry about that. Once again, I saw Johnson driving. I'm pretty sure Amon saw it too, so he is being cautious. And I am standing farther away from my teammates from the Johnson crash. Ideally, I block it, right? And even if I fail to block it, I can always counter engage on the teammate who got hit and I can turn the fight around. So instead of using Khufra as an engage type tank, I decided to, just full on try to bait their skills. Mincy went in with the ult. I'm going to jump on him to cause some CC. My team is going to finish him off. And my Clint and my Odette died, which is not good at all. This is them making a comeback right now. And we cannot let this happen, chat. I'm going to show you what you can do to prevent these epic comebacks. I jump onto Mia and use my flicker with the first kill. I did not know that she has ulti. And this was a misplay on my part. However, I do make a comeback. And watch this part, guys. Very carefully, watch this. I jumped onto Mia. I know I have blade armor. I know I have dominance ice. I know this Mia isn't going to kill me whatsoever. I will kill her instead. And this is something you can do with Khufra, guys. You can literally kill the opponent marksman all by yourself. Granted, you have all of your items and it's this late into the game where all of your tank items are finished, right? You can 100% go for their marksman. Now, I wasn't just satisfied with Mia alone. I wanted Gujin as well. And I have Athena shield, meaning he's not really going to do a lot of damage to me. If I can just land a jump on him, I could kill him, but Johnson blocks the way. Gujin comes back to me with his dagger. I walk backwards to take less damage and ulti him into the wall, finishing him off with my concussive blast. That was my entire thought process during this fight. I knew that I was capable of killing the Gujin alone, just with my damage from second skill. I didn't have to really land a lot of skills on him. My second skill was enough, right? And guys, I honestly feel like Khufra is one of the strongest roamers in the late game because you can literally kill any of the squishy heroes alone. Now, of course, Khufra isn't really the best roamer because his mobility isn't good. But if you are able to make plays like this, especially in the late game when the opponents are not very synchronized and it's very scuffed, right? I'm not sure why the Kagura decided to go back, but I know she doesn't have Purify, so I ulti her. I get pulled into the Mincetar, but that is actually a good thing because now I can go to the front line along with my Zilong and tank up a lot of the damage so he can go in and basically have an easier time. And just like that, guys, we end the game. We finish it off. Gujin was dead the entire time. He wasn't able to do anything. They were outnumbered. And this was GG's. And this is pretty much how you can carry your solo rank games with a roamer. Now, I know Khufra, and this is the Khufra edition, guys. I'm going to be doing other roamers as well, but this specific guide was just exclusively for Khufra. There you go. We got the MVP. And I mean, as you can see, it's not really Mythical Immortal rank, but a lot of my opponents were Mythical Immortal. And I'm very close. I mean, currently, this video was streamed a long time ago, a few days back actually. I have already reached Mythical Immortal now, and I can teach you guys to do the same. If you follow this guide, if you take what I said, take it into account, listen to it, learn from it, you can 100% do the same. And once again, guys, if you're interested and you want more of my help, you're open to get my private coaching. But my videos, which are, I would say, pretty helpful, are completely free. So you don't have to really get private coaching. You can learn from these yourself. But if you really want to reach that next level, you really want to improve, right? And you're serious, hit me up on Discord. With that, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate all of your guys' support. I have reached 3K sub recently, and it just baffles me that you guys keep supporting me, you guys keep trusting me and having so much faith in me, and that is why I don't want to let any of you guys down, and I want to provide the best guides that I can. And I will keep trying to make each of my videos better every single time and to help you guys improve as much as I possibly can. Once again, guys, thank you. I cannot thank you guys enough for all the support that you showed me, that you're showing to my channel, that you're showing to my content. It really does make me happy. So thank you so much. I am very, very grateful for every single one of my viewers, even the haters, because hey, your comments bring more engagement to my videos. Anyways, guys, take care, and I will see you guys in the next video with another amazing guide to help you rank up and reach the rank that you've always been wanting to reach. Bye-bye.